Hi, how are you? Come on in, let's do some growing together. Do you ever have low energy thoughts pop up right when you're trying to accomplish something new? Maybe they sound like, oh, you're not good enough for this, or you can't do this. Do you ever get those? Have you heard of affirmations? Did you know that affirmations is actually a way to reprogram those old negative looping thoughts? Well, join me today and I'll teach you about it. I'm Sage, I'm a growth coach, and the topic today is reprogramming, the power of affirmations. So what exactly is an affirmation? Well, history, let's go to a little history. Google states that the father of affirmations is Emile Coué. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he was a psychologist and a pharmacist, and it says that affirmations became popular in the 1920s. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know about any of that, but I can share some of my past experience, and that is with a woman named Louise Hay. And I first heard of this woman and some of her work in my 20s, so a few years ago. And she has done a ton of work with affirmations on helping others heal. And I believe the first time I saw her, I think, was on the Oprah show. And then I started kind of picking up her books. She has a wonderful book called You Can Heal Your Life. If you have not read that book, I would read it. And I have used affirmations myself off and on for, I would say, over 20 years now, and have gotten some really, really good change in energy that I needed at those times in my life. So what is an example of an affirmation? You could say, I am enough. I am happy and joyful. I am capable. I love myself for exactly who I am. I create my own happiness and joy. Now you might think that some of those kind of sound like a Saturday Night Live skit, and you're probably right. I remember there was one like that. And it might seem a little foo-foo-y and a little interesting, but not when you really get to what the purpose of the affirmation is. So let's go into that. Most people get well into their life, and maybe their whole life they don't even think about this, but from when you were younger, you have been always being programmed, especially in your childhood, with the situations around you and how people spoke to you and how they spoke to themselves in your presence. Because as little tykes, we're looking to our moms and our dads and our grandmas and our grandpas about, who we are. And if your mom is always saying, oh, I'm just not smart enough for that, that trickles back into the subconscious, and you think, well, that's my mom. Maybe I'm not smart enough for that. Or maybe something like, oh, that's just, doing that's too hard for me. And it just trickles back, and it latches here in our subconscious. I don't really know where your subconscious is. I'm pointing back here, but it's kind of like the basement of our brain, right? And those things are stuck there from when you're a kid. And then you live your whole life thinking, oh, I'm not smart enough for this. I don't think I can work hard enough for that. And it's not your truth. It's the truth of the people around you. From their programming, it probably wasn't their truth either. It was somebody's low self-esteem somewhere caught, and then they kept spreading it generations. Well, be the change. Let's stop that. So if you have these silly old, childish programming terms in your head, like you're not smart enough, you have to reprogram that with, I am capable. I am powerful. I can succeed at whatever I set my mind to. And then reprogram that stuff. So here's a couple quotes. I do not fix problems. I fix my thinking. And the problems fix themselves. Louise Hay. I act as though I already have what I want. It's an excellent way to attract happiness into my life. Louise Hay. So have you ever used words or affirmations to pump yourself up or cheer yourself on or change a thought pattern? Maybe you like say, you got this, you got this, you got this, H, you can do this, you got this. And you didn't know that that's actually an affirmation. And what thought pattern do you need to help changing the most? So here's 3 ways to incorporate affirmations into your life. First off, I highly, highly, highly recommend reading one of Louise Hay's books first. You can start with You Can Heal Your Life. I mean, I think it's like $10 on Amazon, and I'm actually rereading it again right now. I could probably reread that book every couple of years. It's got so much useful stuff in it. But she has others as well. But she has assignments in her books for you to help get to the source of what you need. You could also choose to set aside some time to work on yourself, reading, journaling, etc. I think a lot of people graduate high school, or some graduate trade school or college or whatever, and then they think they're done learning. Ugh. That's sad, right? So provide the time for yourself to learn and grow. You want to keep doing that your whole life. So take breathers and then boot camp yourself and read some more books and learn some more things and do some reprogramming. Third way to incorporate affirmations: choose a couple affirmations to work on immediately and find a time that works best. I often say my affirmations when I'm running on my elliptical or walking in nature, and I just try and reprogram some of those things. So whatever's holding me back, whatever fears are bubbling up, then I'm using that to reprogram. So reprogram with me. Use the power of affirmations. So what could you start reprogramming right now? I'd love to hear in the comments. Love you guys. Thanks for growing with me.